Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you a puzzle called Revenge of the Cheesy Crawlers by Frapp, or Frappy. Bad pronunciation, particularly considering this puzzle came with an alternate title, which apparently was Kazumatsu, which I believe stood for something like rotten cheese or something, or was a rotten cheese or something. So I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. But this is another puzzle that came with two different versions. It both came with a standard rule set and then a slightly easier rule set. So I sent this off to my testers. And the tester came back and said, yeah, this puzzle is fine. You'll be able to do this puzzle in the normal rule set. No problem. And that's what I'm doing. So, yes. So we're full steam ahead on Cagey Constraints. So hopefully that will come in less than a week, but I don't want to say a hard date. I know I think I did yesterday, but I don't want to say a hard date because at the moment everything in my life is in flux. So rather than saying it's going to happen here, I'm probably going to get the puzzle pack finished and then announce a release date, or possibly even drop it unexpectedly. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Revenge of the Cheesy Crawlers by Frappy. Let's have a look. So normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. This is a sandwich puzzle, which means that these digits outside the grid are sandwich clues. And what that means is the total, or the number outside the grid is going to be the sum of the digits between the 1 and the 9 in that row or column. So 27 will be the sum of the digits between the 1 and the 9 in this column. 21 will be the sum of the digits between the 1 and the 9 in this column. 0 will be the sum of the digits between the 1 and the 9 in this column. And then we've got these lines, and the digits on the lines will be the same on every line in any order. Digits can repeat if allowed by other rules. So what that means is we could have a repeat on this line, not here and here, but possibly this could be a 4, for example. Because those digits don't see each other by Sudoku rules. But the digits on these lines must be the same. So whatever 5 digits are on this line are going to be the same 5 digits as on that line as the same as the 5 digits on that line. That's what we've got to go on. I'm not sure if I've seen a constraint like that before. I can tell you right now, I am going to be using my sandwich calculator, which is a lot like my killer calculator. It just gives me a list of all the possible values that can make up sandwich sums. It's a lot like killer, except you can't use 1s and 9s. So if you've got a killer calculator, you can just exclude anything that uses a 1 or a 9, and you now have a sandwich calculator. So that's what we've got to go on. Let's give this a shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and color this. So I know this is going to be crust, and I know this is a 0 clue. So the 9 is going to be next to it. So none of these can be crust, and none of these can be crust in this column. I saw that while I was explaining it. So I do know that this is not crust. Oh, there's a 35 clue here. That's huge. So sum of all of the digits in a row, a column, or a box are 45, because if you add up all the digits from 1 to 9, you get 45. But if you take off the 1 and the 9 that are required to be the crust, you take away the 10, then all you're left with is 35. So in a 35 clue in a sandwich, this literally needs to be the 1 and the 9. So that is a 1, 9. I don't need to, I really shouldn't need to put the 1, 9 in there, because that's what yellow means, 1 or 9. This is a 30 clue, so I can't put the 1 or 9 here, and 30 clue has to be at least 4. Actually, no, I think it has to be at least 5, because, let me look that up, but I'm pretty certain it has to be at least 5, because the only way to do 30 and 4 is 6, 7, 8, 9, and I can't use the 9, so it is in at least 5. I'm not even going to look that up. So there will be one up here. That's not enough to tell me what's going on. Where else can I get information? This is an 11 clue, so it can't be a 0 clue, and 11 has to be at least 2. I've got lots of freedom here. Actually, 11 can only be 2 or 3. 11 can only be 2 or 3, and I can't do it in 3, or that would have to be crust, and that would break this 0 clue. This has to be 1 or 9, and these all become green. And this is a 24 clue, which has to be at least 4, because to do 24 in 3, I need to use 7, 8, 9, and I don't have 9. So 24 is at least 4. And I think, but I can't. This would have to be an 11 if this was the crust, because I'd have to get to 35. So this cannot be crust, and it's one of these two. But I still could make this 9191, and that would work. But now that, ooh, that's interesting. This can't be a 1 or a 9, so I can't put a 1 on this line at all. But I could still put a 9 there, I think. If I put a 9 there, how do I fulfill this 8 clue? I'd have to put a 1 there or there, and it'd be a 2-digit 8 clue. That could work. This 19 clue. 19... I'm actually going to look at this up, but 19 it can only be done in 3 or 4. So if this was a crust, I'd have to put a crust here or here, and I can't do it. So this is green, which means either these are the 1, 9, these are the 1, 9. I can't put a 1, 9 here anymore, because then I'd have to go 1, 3, 9, 1, 3, 9. So this is now green. Is there more I can do with this? The thing is, it's either one or both of these has to be a 9. But I'm not sure how to tell which. 28. Well, that can't be green, can it? Because if that's green, these would have to sum to 28. Sorry, if this was crust, these would have to be 28 with a crust here, or 20, and you can't do 28 and 3. So this is green, and the crust has to be here and over here. Actually, this might be more interesting. Because what's the minimum you can do? Oh, no, you could do 1, 5, 7, 8. No, this is okay. Because 5, 7, 8 works as even a 3-cell clue. So if I could stop that being 5, 7, 8, I'd be okay. But I don't see how to do that. One of these is a 3. Well, that's not a 3. So this can't be. So in order for this to be crust, I'd have to put the other one here, and this would have to be a 3, and I can't do it. So this now has to be crust, and one of these is a 3. And this is a 14 clue, which has to be at least 2. And maximum of 4. So if it's this, or this is the crust, these are not crust. The 19 now spans in here, but it has to be 3. So it's here and here, or here and here. If it's here and here, that becomes a 9. And that would be a 9. That would be a 1. Let's look at this 28 again. 28 can only be done in 5 or 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This cannot be. So it's either here, 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 or here, here. Pardon me. What about this 27 now? 27 is either 5 or 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3. If this is the crust, it goes all the way down to here. If this is the crust, it goes up to one of these two. If I put a crust here, I can't put a crust in either of those. or I break the 27 clue, which means this has to be crossed. So this isn't. And now there's no 1 or 9 on any of the lines. Those are not 1s or 9s. Can't put them in there. So this has to be the other 1 or 9. 1 or 9. This isn't. 20. No, I could be in either of those because I could do 15, which is what's outside the sandwich in either 2 or 3. But this now has to be crossed. And if this was crossed, this would have to be 12 because 3 plus 12. So this is not, and this is, because I need 2 cells to sum up to. So this is not, this is, this has to be 9. 9 can be done in 2 or 3, so that doesn't fix it. But this is a 14. So those, actually none of those can be because I can't do 14 in one cell. So those are not. It's in one of those two. Actually, that means that's a 1-9 pair because they're the only ones left. Which means that in the column, that's green. This is a 14 now. Can I do 14 in 4? Yes, I can with 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, these are not. So that is 28. That could, well, hang on, that's all that's left in the column. So that has to be green. This has to be 8 now. I can't do 8 in 3 without needing a 1. So this is a 9. This is a 1. This is a 9. This is a 1. This is a 9. This is a 9. This is a 1. 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 This is a 1. This is a 9. I need to put a 1 in this box and it can only go there. I need to put a 9 in this box and it can only go there. And that is the dispositions of all of the 1s and 9s. So I can now select green and make it go away. That is how all of the sandwich clues are done. That is very cool. So what have I got now? Well, that's a 7 because these are 28 and I need to get all of those to 35. That's an 8 because I need to get all of those to 35 and these sum to 27. That's a 3 because it's a sandwich clue. These are 12, but there's multiple ways of doing that. These are 9, but there's multiple ways of doing that. These are 20. I'm not sure. That's a 5 because there's 30 in there. Notice I need to put 4, 8 on this line somewhere. Well, I can't put them in here. So 4 and 8 are in here, but I'm marking across boxes to do that, and I don't like it. Because these have to sum to 8. So if I put 8 in here, it's with 0, and if I put 4 in here, it's with another 4. This is 11 without using a 7 in 2. So it's 3, 8 or 5, 6. It's not that helpful. 14 in 3. Not that helpful. 19 in 3. Actually, it's 19 in 3 without a 3 or a 4. So this is 5, 6, 8. It's the only way to do 19 in 3 without using the 4. So this isn't an 8. This is a 5 or a 6. There is an 8 in here somewhere. This is now a known pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 2. And the reason that's a 2 is because this 7 sees all of that line, so I can't put 7 on that line. That is a 2, that is a 7. That's cool. Now I need to put a 2 on this line. I need to... $20 in 4 must have either a 2 or a 3 on it. I can't use a 7. So it's 20 in 4 without a 7. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8 or 3, 4, 5, 8. So there must be a 4 and an 8 along here. Well, there's no 8 there. So what did I just do? There's no 8 there. So there's an 8 in one of those two. Hang on, but there's a 2 in here. So this is actually 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no 2 in here. There's no 8 here. Because I can't use 3, 4, 5, 8 because there's a 2 in here. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no 6, 8 here. This is 3, 5, 7. There's no 5 here. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I need to get each even number onto the line once. So one of these has to be even because I can't fit 4 even numbers into 3 cells. So if one of these is an even, to get to an even number, the other one is even. So I need to make this up of 2 even numbers. And the only way to make up 8 with 2 even numbers is 2, 6. There's no other way to do it. Because if I use 4, it's 4, 4 and 8, 0. So it has to be 2, 6 because they are 2 different even numbers because one of them must be even. So I've got my 2, 4, 6, 8. And odd numbers are really restricted. I can't put a 1 on any of the lines because none of them are crossed. I can't put a 7 on them, and I can't put a 5 because none of those are 5. But that and that could be 3. So this could be 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. But they're the only ones that could be. The rest of them are from 2, 4, 6, 8. And this one could take a 3 anyway, anywhere. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. There's no 2 or 6 in here. That could be any of them. But now I've got these marked up, at least approximately. I've got to put a 5 in one of those. So one of those is a 5, which I had from... Hang on, this 11 is 3, 8 or 5, 6. There's no 3 or 5 there. That's a 6 or an 8. I've been getting a lot of weird puzzles lately. 5 in this box is in one of those two, because this 5 sees all of those, and they're not 5, and that's not 5. 5 is in one of those two. This sums to 12. and it has to be done with odd digits. That has to be 5, 7. And let me explain why. Okay, because that's what I'm here for. That's the purpose of this channel. If these were even digits, then I would have used all of the even digits in the column. These would have to be odd, and then I would have 6 odd digits in this box. So these can't be, this sums to 12, so they have to be either both even or both odd. And the reason these sum to 12 is these sum to 15 minus 3. So that means that they can't be even, they have to be odd. So once these are odd, and 1, 3, and 9 are already used, these become 5, 7. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. I've no idea if that's helped me or not. Hang on, 5 is there or there and there. So 5 can't go in here or in here. So this is not a 5 because 5 has to go up here somewhere. So 5 is in one of those 3. But 5 is in one of those 3. Yeah, it still could be there and one of those 2. If I could stop that being a 5, that would help. Got to put a 3 and a 5 in here. This is 14. So 14, let's grab the possibilities for 14. So 14 in 3. Okay. So I must have a 2 or a 3 in here. 2, 4, 8, not possible. 2, 5, 7, maybe. 3, 4, 7, not possible. 3, 5, 6, maybe. So there is a, so it's 5 with either 2, 7 or 3, 6. But I, 2, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's no 4 or 8 there, by the way, and there's no 4 or 8 there. I don't even know why I did that. 1, 2, 3. So there's a 5 in one of those 2. But there's a 5 looking up there. That is a 5. That is not a 5. So this is 2, 3, or 6. I'm missing something obvious. Is it this 14 clue? Because that's another 14 in 3. So it's 14 in 3. So it's got to have a 2 or a 3 in it. And it's got to be there because I can't put a 2 or 3 in either of those. So that is a 2 or a 3. 2, 4, 8. Maybe. 2, 5, 7 I can't do. Well, I can't put a 7 into those. So it's 2, 4, 8 or 3, 5, 6. So it's 2, 4, 8 or 3, 5, 6. So this is only those. Hang on, if it's 3, 5, 6, that becomes 2. No, that works. 3, 5, 6, 4, 8. That can't be an 8. 8 has to be in one of those 2. So this is 2, 4, 8. This is 2. This is 4, 8. This is 5. This is 6. This is 4, 8, 5, 6. There's no 6 here. So this is the 2, 4, 6, 8. This is going to, this sees all of this. So this can't be even. And it sees 1, 5, and 9. So this is 3, 7, giving me a 3, 7 pair, taking 3 off this line. And now this has to be all even. There is no 3 here. There is no 3 here. That 2 makes that a 6. That's a 2. There is no 2 here. So I can't put 2 2s on the line. So that's not a 2. This is now a 4, 8. So this can't be a 2. It can't. This is a 6 by Sudoku. So there is 2 6s on the line. So that is a 6 and that is a 6. This is cool. That's a 2 by Sudoku. There is no. That's a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. Not sure. But that's very cool. That is so nifty. It's not money. This is 3, 5, 7. There's no 3 in those. So that is actually a 5, 7. That is the 3. That is the 7. There is no 7 there. That becomes a 3, 5 pair. That's a 5. I'm in trouble. No, I have sandwich clues. Like that one. That is a 9 clue. I can't do 7, 2 because of that. So this is 5 and 4. So this is 7. That 5 makes this 7 and this 5. This 2 made this 6 ages ago. This 6 makes this 8. This is an 11 clue. So this is 3 and 5. I forgot the sandwich clues. Never forget a sandwich. They are tasty and full of goodness. So 24 means that these have to sum to 11. That is 7. That has to be the 4 and the 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, and 8. There's no 6 or 8 there. That's the 3. So this is 6 or 8. This is a pair now. Well, that's not the 5. So what is this pair? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 and 7. And that's the 7 and that's the 2. This is a 5, so there's no 5 here. This is a 6, 8 pair. So this is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 7. And I can get that from this 14 clue because these sum to 7. So that has to be the 7 and the 3. That is not the 7. So this is the 7. This is 3, 4, and 8. And there's no 3 there. So that's the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. There's no 5 there. So that's the 5. The 8 makes that 4 and that 8, which makes that 4 and that 8. The 4 looks down, making that 8 and that 4, which makes that 8. This is not 8 anymore. In fact, it's not 2 or 6 either. So that's the 4. This now has to be 8. This is a pair, 2 and 3. So that is 2, 2, and that is 3. I said, whoops. That is 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the order is known because of the 7 up here in box 3. This is 1, 2. This is 6 because of the 8 that's there. 4, 8, and 6. And that is Revenge of the Cheesy Crawlers by Frappy, also known as, I think it was Kazumatsu. That was very cool. I've never seen... I mean, I've done a lot of sandwich Sudoku before. Not my favorite variant, not my least favorite. I am ambivalent towards sandwich Sudoku. No, I actually quite enjoy them. But using this line that way to be able to bounce around and determine it all, that was very, very cool. I really like that puzzle. Thank you, Frappy, for sending that one in. That was great. Hope everyone is enjoying the puzzles. I hope you're looking forward to Cagey Constraints because I was originally planning on keeping it down to, I think it was 40-ish puzzles, and I think it's going to be mid-40s. So a little bit more than I'd hoped, but too many good puzzles, and I've already cut a lot. So we'll see how we go. There might be I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Yeah, good luck with your solving.